Today I'm doing something a little different. I went into an AI story generator called Toolbaz and I gave it 3 prompts for a skateboarding story, and this is the result. Starting. It was a hot summer night in 1985, London, England. The streets were filled with the sounds of laughter and the smell of freshly baked goods. The city was alive with the energy of youth. And at the heart of it all was a group of friends who loved nothing more than skateboarding. The group was known as the London Rollers, consisting of 4 teenagers: Alex, the fearless leader and best skater of the group; Lily, the brains and tech-savvy member; Max, the joker and comic relief; and Sarah, the newest member who was still learning the ropes. On this particular night, the London Rollers were planning to test out a new skate park that had just opened on the outskirts of their city. They were excited to try out the new ramps and challenges, but little did they know they were in for a terrifying and comedic adventure. As they arrived at the skate park, they noticed that something was off. The park was eerily quiet and the lights were flickering, but being brave and adventurous as they were, they shrugged it off and began skating. But as they were doing their tricks, strange things started to happen. Max's skateboard suddenly flew out from under him and landed on the ground, breaking in half. Lily's phone, which was recording their session, started glitching and showing footage of a dark figure lurking in the shadows. Alex and Sarah, who were skating in the bowl, were suddenly attacked by a swarm of bats, causing them to fall off their boards. They quickly realized that something was not right about this skate park. As they regrouped and tried to figure out what was going on, a voice boomed through the speakers. "Welcome to the haunted skate park of 1985. I am the ghost of a legendary skateboarder who died here, and I will not let anyone skate in peace." The group looked at each other in disbelief. A haunted skate park? It seemed too ridiculous to be true, but they couldn't deny the strange occurrences happening around them. Determined to not let a ghost ruin their fun, the London Rollers decided to face the ghost head-on. They grabbed their boards and started skating towards the voice, ready to confront him. But as they got closer, they realized that it wasn't a ghost at all. It was the park's owner, Mr. Jenkins, who was trying to scare away skaters so he could have the park all to himself. He had rigged the park with special effects and tricks to make it seem haunted. Feeling a mix of relief and anger, the London Rollers decided to teach Mr. Jenkins a lesson. They used their skateboarding skills to outsmart him and show him that they weren't afraid of his fake haunted park. They went through the park grinding all the speakers and lights he had set up, smashing them with their trucks and leaving nothing left but wreckage in their wake. As they were leaving, Lily had a brilliant idea. She quickly set up her phone to record the group and performed a special skateboarding routine, showcasing their skills and mocking Mr. Jenkins' attempt at scaring them. The video went viral and the London Rollers became even more famous in the skateboarding community. What? This is 1985. What? There's no phones to take videos back then. This is stupid. What? This story features a skateboarder named Jake. One day, while Jake was out skating, he stumbled upon a hidden laboratory. Curiosity getting the best of him, he decided to sneak in and take a look around. As he explored the lab, he came across a strange device that caught his eye. It was a sleek, futuristic skateboard with advanced technology that he had never seen before. Without thinking, Jake hopped onto the skateboard and suddenly found himself transported to a different time and place. He was now in the year 3045, 100 years into the future. The world he found himself in was vastly different from his own. The skies were filled with flying cars and towering skyscrapers. But what caught Jake's attention the most was a group of people he saw skating through the city on their hoverboards. They were wearing sleek metallic suits and performing tricks that seemed impossible. Jake was in awe and knew he had to join them. He followed the group to a massive skate park where he was greeted by a man named Zed, the leader of the group. Zed explained that they were a team of elite skateboarders who were also rebels fighting against an oppressive government that controlled the city. They used their skateboards to transport messages and supplies to different parts of the city, evading capture by the government's advanced technology. Jake was immediately drawn to their cause and decided to join them. He was given a suit and a high-tech skateboard equipped with gadgets and weapons. With his skills and the help of his new team, Jake became an integral part of their mission. Together, they fought against the government and their corrupt ways. They used their skateboards to outmaneuver the government's forces and spread the truth about their oppressive rule. Jake was no longer just a skateboarder. He was now a soldier fighting for a better future for all. As their missions became more dangerous, Jake and his team had to push themselves to their limits. They traveled through different time periods using their skateboards to navigate through the chaos and bring about change. Eventually, they were able to overcome the government and bring peace to the city. Jake had become a hero, known for his bravery and his amazing skateboarding skills. But more importantly, he had found a new family in his team and a purpose in life. As he stood on top of a skyscraper overlooking the city he had helped save, Jake couldn't believe how far his love for skateboarding had taken him. He had gone from a simple skateboarder to a time-traveling rebel, and he couldn't wait to see what other adventures awaited him in the future. Wow, that one was actually pretty good. I could see some sort of weird movie coming out of that one. Jack grew up in a small town where skateboarding was the only form of entertainment. He spent most of his days perfecting his skills at the local skate park. But as he got older, he realized that skateboarding was not just a hobby, but a way of life. It taught him discipline, perseverance, and most importantly, the importance of community. Years later, as Jack aged, he realized that he wanted to take his passion to the next level. Jack decided that he was going to run for president. All the debate and speech classes that he took throughout his schooling prepared him for this moment. Years later, when Jack finally ran for president, he knew that he needed to bring about a change in the country. He wanted to break the stereotype that skateboarding was just for rebellious teenagers. He wanted to show the world that skating was a sport for all ages and all walks of life. Campaigning was not easy, and it was an uphill battle as he fought many people that had very polished and well-to-do upbringings. Many had relatives that were already in the political sphere, and he was not going to have an easy time combating them. But Jack's well-rounded and honest-to-God nature really spoke to a lot of people. As the years went by and the campaigning came to a close, Jack was able to secure a victory. As soon as Jack took office, he wasted no time in implementing his plan. He started by building state-of-the-art skate parks in every city and town, giving people access to a safe and fun place to skate. He also made it mandatory for all schools to have a skateboarding program, encouraging kids to learn and hone their skills. But Jack didn't stop there. He wanted to make sure that everyone, regardless of their financial status, had the opportunity to skate. He launched a program where underprivileged kids were given free skateboards and lessons. This not only gave them a new hobby, but also kept them off the streets and away from trouble. As expected, Jack's initiatives were met with both praise and criticism. Some saw it as a waste of government funds, while others saw it as a much-needed change in society. Jack didn't let the negativity deter him. He continued to promote skateboarding, even hosting skating events at the White House. Soon the entire country was caught up in the skating craze. People of all ages were seen riding their boards to work, school, and even on their grocery runs. It had become a part of their daily routine, just like walking or driving. But Jack's ultimate goal was to make skateboarding an Olympic sport. And in 2028, his dream became a reality. The world was in awe as the USA dominated the skateboarding events, taking home several gold medals. As Jack's term came to an end, he looked back at the past 4 years with pride. He had achieved what he had set out to do, to make skateboarding a national sport, but more importantly, he had brought people together, united by their love for skateboarding. And as he passed on the baton to the next president, Jack knew that the legacy of skateboarding would continue to live on in their hearts and minds for all American people. After all, it was not just a sport, but a way of life, and it was something that could never be taken away. Wow, that one was pretty good. I like that. That felt like a Disney documentary on the Goofy movie or something like that. That was pretty interesting. I like that. All right, now we have our final story number 4. The prompts for this one were foreigner in a new land with his skateboard and a camera. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a young man named Max. Max was a foreigner who had just arrived in a new country, armed with nothing but his trusty skateboard and a camera. With an insatiable thirst for adventure and a witty intellect, he was determined to make the most of his time in this unfamiliar land. As Max stepped off the plane, he was immediately captivated by the vibrant sights and sounds that surrounded him. The bustling streets were filled with people from all walks of life, each with their own unique stories waiting to be discovered. Max wasted no time in strapping on his skateboard and setting off to explore the city. With his camera in hand, Max documented every moment of his journey. He captured the colorful street art that adorned the walls, the laughter of children playing in the parks, and the mouth-watering aromas wafting from street food stalls. His photographs told the story of a city brimming with life and culture. One day, as Max was skateboarding through a local market, he stumbled upon a group of street performers. Mesmerized by their talent, he decided to join them, showcasing his own skills on his skateboard. The crowd erupted in applause and Max's heart swelled with pride. From that moment on, he became a regular performer, using his skateboard as a tool to connect with the locals and bridge the gap between cultures. Max's fame as a street performer grew, and soon he found himself invited to events and festivals across the country. With his camera always by his side, he captured the essence of each place he visited, immortalizing the beauty and diversity of the land. His photographs became a window into this new world, allowing others to experience the magic he had encountered. But amidst the excitement and success, Max never forgot his purpose. He used his platform to raise awareness about the challenges faced by the locals, shedding light on social issues and advocating for change. His witty intellect and charismatic personality made him a powerful advocate, and people listened. As time passed, Max's journey took him to the farthest corners of the country. He encountered breathtaking landscapes, met extraordinary individuals, and experienced moments that would forever be etched in his memory. Through his photographs and stories, he shared these experiences with the world, inspiring others to embrace the unknown and celebrate the beauty of diversity. Eventually, Max's time in the new country came to an end, but his impact remained. The locals he had met, the stories he had shared, and the changes he had sparked would forever be a part of the country's history. Max left with a heart full of gratitude and a sense of fulfillment, knowing that he had made a difference. And so, the foreigner with his skateboard and camera bid farewell to the land that had welcomed him with open arms. As he boarded the plane, he couldn't help but smile, knowing that his journey had only just begun. With a world full of stories waiting to be told, Max was ready to embark on his next adventure, armed with his skateboard, camera, and an incredibly witty intellect. Wow, that one might be my favorite. That was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. I think I'm rating that one a solid 9 out of 10. That was great. I feel like a story like that could really be delved into, and honestly, it felt a lot like my time abroad in Taiwan and a little bit in China as well. It really felt like that because the culture differences between America and Taiwan and China, just Chinese culture in general, is vast. The differences are immense. So I really kind of related with this guy. I never found myself street performing, but as a skateboarder in a foreign country, especially being so tall, me and my other foreigner friends that would skate around the various cities, we would often attract crowds just because we were these like giant people on skateboards, and some of them had not seen skateboards before, or if they had, it had been a long time, or they'd never seen tricks performed. They'd maybe seen children on them, but I kind of relate to him in that regard. That's pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. I hope Max is still out there having great adventures. The first one I would definitely rate like a 3 out of 10. It had some interesting ambitions in the story, but I don't know. I think because of the short form of it, it really didn't delve into anything that deeply, and I gave it a prompt of 1985, and they were filming things on their cell phones, so that really didn't fit very well. The second one was a little bit better. I liked the futuristic aspect of it. It was kind of cool to see that, and it created a couple images in my mind as I was reading it. I was getting a sort of movie scene forming in my head. I hope some of you got that too. This last one I really liked too. It was kind of a little more heartfelt and serious in a sense. And even for how short it was, I don't know how many words is this? No, it's not telling me. Whatever. But yeah, it wasn't a lot of words. It was just a handful of paragraphs, pretty dang short. And even in that short space, I feel like it really told quite a good story. I had to fill in a couple gaps in there. Might be able to tell where I filled in some things. It kind of skipped him just like liking skateboarding to when he ran for president, and then as soon as he took office. So I had to kind of fill in the gaps there to make it flow a little bit better. No one wants to jump forward like 10 years. That kind of leaves a lot of questions to be answered. But yeah, overall, I'd rate the last one probably like an 8 out of 10. And the middle one, I don't know if I rated that one. I'd give that like a 6 probably. That was okay. I feel like a lot more could have been done about talking about the skateboarding technology as well. But then again, this is all done by AI, so they don't really know exactly what I want, especially when the prompts I give are like a sentence. So honestly, that was pretty impressive. I like this. I could see some like skateboarding TV shows being written like this or something, or at least the storyboarding part of it, the idea generation, and then hand it over to some like skilled writer, storyteller to really fine tune it and flesh it out. Pretty cool. Overall, this was pretty awesome. The website I used was called toolbaz.com. If you want to try it out for yourself, go to toolbaz.com and generate your own story and see if you can make one better than these 3. I think you really could. It wouldn't be that hard. Overall, I hope you enjoy this. More skateboarding content coming very soon. The weather's been a bit poo here, so waiting on that. And when the weather is good, I'm always at work, so I'm finding a way to get out there and get the skating done. But here's a little bit more skateboarding content for you. Stay tuned for more. Alright guys, I think that's going to wrap up this video. This was kind of a random one. I'm not sure if I'll do something like this again, but if you liked it, let me know. If not, I will probably not do this again, but I really enjoyed it, so leave a comment below, leave a like, whatever you want to do. I really don't care too much. I just really enjoy doing anything that has to do with skateboarding, and this is really fun. I enjoy it. Hope you guys have a great night, and God bless. Goodbye.